Let's put to bed this Pusher Barry last topic. Been hearing a lot of this. I don't know how you guys take on it, so I'll reserve my reaction. But Mike Trout, not eventually, not one day, not if he stays on pace, not if he stays healthy, not any of those things. Mike Trout right now, as is, not projecting forward, is already being graded above Ken Griffey Jr. in some circles. First take, Jake. First date, Jake. We'll go first take, Jake, on this concept. Are you pushing or bearing Trout over Griffey?
Well, he can't be there yet, right? Like the career
That's
stat.
that's the talk, though. Retired
career,
today.
If you're retired today, I'd bury it because the stat lines aren't even close. That being said, I do believe that Mike Trout, when he retires one day, will probably be known to be greater than Ken Griffey Jr. The dude is just an animal. Each season, how many homers he hits, how many RBIs, how many stolen bases he has. He could do it all. He should be the face of MLB. Unfortunately, he's not as marketable as Ken Griffey. So it depends on how you look at it. Like from a pure talent and ability to be offensive, sure. But if you put everything together, defensive ability, offensive ability, and marketability, I mean, Ken Griffey Jr. is every 90 boys' wet dream of a role model, right? And so, like, I just think that, well, wet dream probably isn't the right word, but
no, accurate.
Okay. Everyone had the sneakers. Everyone put their hat like above their head.
The baseball game or the
video game, best video
Swing.
baseball game of all time. Ken Griffey's home run. He was in movies. He was an animal. He was amazing. And just the web gems that to this day are burned in your brain that he was committing with the cleat hitting center field wall as he catches that ball, all the home run robs. He homered after his dad. Like he won home run derbies. He just amazing. He got injured. If Ken Griffey didn't get injured, the argument probably becomes Ken Griffey's the greatest baseball player of all time. And he did it on 3 different teams? I think Mariners, Reds, White Sox.
Yeah.
White Sox too. He had over 600 home runs. I don't remember what he finished at. But career-wise, you can't make that comparison. Anyone who says so is a complete idiot. So any of you who say that you're pushing this, you're an idiot. But I think when everything's said and done, sure, I could see that. If Mike Trout hits 700 homers and has 450 to 500 stolen bases and has a fielding percentage of 98% or whatever it is, like by the time he retires, sure, I'll give you that. But right now, you can't. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll jump in with you here and like a Brett go last there. It almost seems like he's one of those guys that's like definitely pushing this. My knock on Trout is he's just not a winner yet. And I know it's baseball, it's a team sport. It's very tough for one person to be a winner, blah, 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 blah. But if you look at any legend ever that's had terrible teams to great teams, they've all at least made the playoffs. They've all at least have pushed that barrier. Like he hasn't made the playoffs yet. That team has spent the money. I know they spent it in the wrong way, pull host deal, whatever, right? But even just having Jared Weaver, Santana, and then a big changing lineup over the years. That first year when they got pull host in, they had a deep lineup. They had a pretty good rotation. They had a bunch of stuff, and they still didn't make the playoffs. The next year, they were healthy, and they had the chance. Still didn't do anything. These past few years, they've been making a lot of changes, adding people, not just big hitters, but contact hitters and stuff like that, and they're still not doing it. So it's just, for me, I would like to see him have some kind of winning reputation. Not saying he's going to win a World Series. Just make the damn playoffs. And I know that's not on him because his stats are ridiculous. And it's not.
Have they not made the playoffs yet?
No.
Holy crap.
No. So it's like.
I mean, the Mariners didn't win a World Series.
No, but they got past the Yankees.
That's what I was going to bring up.
But they got past the Yankees at a time when they were nothing prior to that. So
they also won 116 games.
They also had the 116
and blew it in the first round
and lost to the Yankees.
Yeah, they also lost to the Yankees, exactly. Yeah, revenge, baby. No, but Ken Griffey is kind of like not in talent, but it's like that Michael Jordan of cultural swag for baseball, like the way Michael Jordan has cultural swag for basketball. Griffey's the man. I love Griffey. I love his swing. I love his effortlessness. Everything's cool about him. But statistically, Trout is, definitely, like we said, on pace to do something like that, or maybe even more. But for now, I cannot put him over Griffey.
They're not even that. I have to look at the totals for their first however many years. Trout's been in the league, 10 years now.
Damn, already.
I think I might be wrong on that, but it's maybe 9. But Griffey from 93 on was like 40 homers, 45 homers, 50 homers, 56 homers, 150 RBIs, 140 RBIs. Like,
yeah, dude.
He was smashing the ball.
Dude, he was nuts, dude. And no steroid allegations, nothing, nothing sketch.
It's true. If it ever does come out that he took steroids, that'll break my freaking heart.
Oh, that's not talking. If Derek Jeter takes steroids, and oh god, my whole childhood is dead. No way, beautiful Brett. I will not allow that to happen. Derek Jeter's the man. Brett, go ahead and chime in on how you think Mike Trout is already better than Griffey Jr.
Yeah, I'm going to bury it as well.
Oh, good.
And, like Jake already said, you take those injuries out of the picture, and Ken Griffey Jr. is the best player in the history of the game, hands down. And,
maybe.
I was a 90s kid. I wore my hat backwards and got yelled at by my little league coach for wearing my hat backwards. I did have a pair of Griffey the training shoes that he had.
Those are
I
fresh.
did have a pair of those. Those were tight as fuck. I can't even remember how old I was, but I definitely had at least one pair. I played the video game. I'm gonna bury it. I think Trout could possibly and probably will end up being the best player in the history of the game because that dude is amazing. He's a fantastic baseball player.
He better get to the playoffs, though. I'm getting tired of it.
They're saying the Angels made the playoffs in 2015. Was Trout healthy when they did it?
Was that the wild card game or something?
They got swept by the Royals.
Oh, they got swept. Look at that. See, no playoff wins then. He still doesn't win a playoff game. So that was my original point nonetheless. Still stands.
So, I'm going to bury it.
Okay.
Burying
nonetheless. Yeah.
3 for 3.
Sure. Brett,